What if the most powerful name in AI chips paid a massive fee to the US government, not for a product, but just to sell their own chips? We're diving into a deal that's raising eyebrows, constitutional questions, and a whole lot of concern within the tech world. Jensen Huang, the visionary CEO of Nvidia, found himself recently across the table from former President Donald Trump at the White House. This meeting, we now know, wasn't just a courtesy call. It preceded an extraordinary agreement that lifted a government export ban on a crucial Nvidia chip. Now, you might think, great, a tech company gets to do business. But the details here are far from ordinary. You see, Donald Trump often employs what many call a transactional approach to policymaking. It means if you want something from the White House, you likely need to pay a price. And for Nvidia, along with AMD, that price was a staggering 15% of their revenues from these very sales to China. Think about that for a moment. The government collects a direct cut of a private company's sales. We have never seen an arrangement quite like this from a US company to obtain export licenses. Now, pause and consider the implications. Both the Biden administration and Trump himself had originally banned these very exports due to national security concerns. Yet, here we stand, with a deal forged despite those vital concerns. And it gets more complicated. The U.S. Constitution explicitly prohibits charging any tax or duty on exports. Furthermore, a stack of U.S. laws, including the Export Control Reform Act of 2018, which Trump himself signed, do not provide any pay-to-play escape clause from export restrictions. This situation has ignited a firestorm of criticism. Christopher Padilla, who served as an export control official under George W. Bush, didn't mince words when he told the Washington Post this arrangement seems like bribery or blackmail, or both. And the irony? Nvidia itself has a written anti-corruption policy stating, "We do not tolerate bribery or corruption in our business." And it specifically bars giving anything of value to obtain regulatory approvals or other benefits. When asked about this, Nvidia simply stated they follow rules the US government sets for our participation in worldwide markets. At the heart of this specific deal lies Nvidia's H20 chip, developed precisely to address a 2023 Biden administration ban. Trump has publicly called the H20 obsolete, suggesting he believed he put one over on the Chinese by allowing an old chip through. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang, on the other hand, bluntly stated that anybody who thought that one chess move to somehow ban China from H20s would somehow cut off their ability to do AI is deeply uninformed. Many experts agree with Huang. 20 former government trade officials recently warned the Commerce Secretary that the H20 is a potent accelerator of China's frontier AI capabilities, not an outdated AI chip, and that it could enable autonomous weapons systems and rapid advances in battlefield decision-making. So, the national security concerns are very much alive. The specifics of this deal remain incredibly murky. They haven't even put the terms into writing yet. The White House admits the legality is still being ironed out, with an eye toward replicating it with other companies. Imagine you are another American semiconductor company, like Qualcomm or Intel, planning billions in R&D for cutting-edge chips. This deal now tells you the government might just take a slice of your future revenue for simply selling your innovation. This creates a deeply chilling effect, as economist Kyle Hanley from UC San Diego put it, potentially making critical R&D investments appear uneconomical. It could particularly burden startups, who simply cannot afford such a fee. So, where do we go from here? We have powerful companies making unprecedented deals with the government, potentially sidestepping established legal frameworks, all while fundamental questions about national security and economic fairness hang heavy in the air. This isn't just a story about chips, it's a fascinating and perhaps troubling peek into the evolving relationship between big tech and government power. What does this mean for the future of innovation and perhaps even for the rule of law? It's a question we should all keep asking. You have been listening to Podcast Name. Make sure you subscribe and share your thoughts on this story in the comments. We love hearing from you.